You may be wondering, who is this Kate Morrison in front of you? Is she a Newfoundlander? Was she a CFA? Did she have a career? Did she marry? Did she have children? So begins my story. I grew up in Prince Edward Island on a small rural family farm. I guess most parts in PEI are very rural. Anyways, I was one of 6 children and have pleasant memories of many summer days playing it at our own Sunshine Park on the beach on the farm. Anyways, and one of my fondest memories is coming home from a day at the beach, of course, and in the summer, and coming into the homestead kitchen and the smell of freshly baked bread and lemon meringue pie was definitely one of my favorites. Unfortunately, I failed grade 12 and then worked as a secretary for 6 years with PEI government and started my university career at UPEI, where I got a 2-year diploma in public education, as it was then called. I then decided to leave PEI, and I went to visit my sister in the Yukon and stayed there for almost a year. I recommend anybody who wants to visit the Yukon should do so. Then moved from there to Victoria, British Columbia, where I went to the University of Victoria and got a BSW, Bachelor's degree in Social Work. From there I moved to the interior of BC and worked as a child protection worker, one of the toughest jobs in my life. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Anyways, after that, I returned to school again at UBC and got a master's degree in social work. And then about a year after that, I went back to university and got a law degree. So I kind of made up for having failed grade 12. So I moved back east after graduation to be near my aging parents, and I worked at a large law firm in Halifax and at Dalhousie Poverty Clinic they had for students, which I taught at for a while and quite enjoyed that. My next transition in my life was when I married a Newfoundlander, which, lo and behold, is why I'm here in the first place, and moved to St. John's. I worked at a small firm in St. John's at another Newfoundland legal aid office, and finally with the Department of Justice working for the House of Assembly. My most meaningful and positive event that occurred in my life was when my son Ben was born. It was really a positive, life-altering event for me, and he is now, my little boy, is now in grade 12, going into grade 12 at Gonzaga, and is 6'4". Anyways, another major life transition, this time negative, consisted of 3 parts, all occurring around the same 2 months, I should say. First, could I get my water glass, please?
What do you want that?
Yeah.
You want coffee or water?
Oh, water, the other one. Sorry,
Okay.
my voice is giving out. Getting back to the 3-part major transition of my life. 1, my 10-year legal career came to an abrupt, totally unexpected end for me. One of the most dramatic experiences of my life. 2, my marriage broke up at the same time. And 3rd was going on disability insurance. I was devastated and basically withdrew from the world for about 3 years. As with any transition, there is a beginning, middle, and ending. But in reality, the ending, letting go of what was, must happen before a new beginning can take place. After 3 years, my new beginning started. I started volunteering at the Miller Center, and suddenly I felt I was contributing again and that I had something to offer. I met some wonderful people and felt like my contribution was valued. I again became more involved in community saddle boards, mini boards, and just went back to started over. After my 3-year new beginning, started content, sorry, mentioned that already. So now to my conclusion. Every major life transition poses a big challenge, but also offers great growth opportunities. They may not be obvious at the beginning, but if you wait long enough, you usually do get to see it. For me, like in my legal career, you know, one of the wonderful consequences of it is it allowed me to stay home, be home when my son came home from school every day, and got me out of a job that I wasn't terribly satisfied with in law. Anyways, the opportunity, like every transition involves letting go of what was lost. The letting go for me meant letting go of my career as a lawyer and my spousal status, losing my spousal status, and letting go of my physical lifestyle. Because once I became disabled, things that I was involved with, I had to let go. Accepting and embracing my different life as a person with a disability, I could no longer ignore. Only then could I embrace a new beginning. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.